Hello, I'm in the room in the Grand Wailea. This is the King Ocean View. There's the ocean view. See it? So when I woke up, I saw this view right here. I left the doors like a little open so I could see because I wanted to know what color is the ocean, you know? I haven't been here since March. And I wanted to see it again. So now we're gonna go out on the balcony, and the balcony is really great in my opinion because it's a little bigger than the ones I've had before. It's a little larger. And it has this. This is where I'm gonna sit and I'm gonna drink my Nespresso coffee right there. And I'm gonna look at that. So far, it's been interesting because I got here and I had something complicated. I had something complicated for them. I had 4 certificates that I was using for free nights. So when I got here, and I gave them the 4 certificates, I think they were probably like, are these for real? I don't know, but she took them and she said, I have to bring them to my whomever to see, to verify them or something. And so I told her the story, the girl at the desk, who was really nice, by the way. Her name was Olivia. I told her the story, which is an interesting story. If you travel a lot, eventually something like this is going to happen to you. So you might want to know too. So I was at a small Hilton on a beach in Florida, and I had driven there from where I live, and it was pretty, I mean, I think it was already 10 when I got there, 10 p.m., maybe 11. So I got in the room, I was going to sleep, and then at maybe 2 a.m. someone starts banging on my door. So first I call the manager, I call the front desk, and there's no answer. Then I don't hear it again, so I try to go back to sleep. Then someone's banging on the door again, and this time I look out and it looks like a guy who's saying security, but they're trying to get into my room. And I'm like, a woman traveling alone, you know? So I'm not gonna really trust that somebody is security when they just say they're security, because why would they be trying to open my room? Why wouldn't the manager call me, right? So then I'm calling back to the manager. Finally, the manager answers. He said, like, sounds like someone doesn't take his job too seriously, let's put it that way. Sounds half asleep and not very bright. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. That room is booked to someone else. And this was not any sort of special room either. I mean, it was an ocean view, but the hotel is not that special, you know, it's just whatever. It was during the time when you couldn't travel that much because of the stuff going on. And so I was just going there just to get away and see the beach. And I was like, okay, I'll move. So he puts me into another room, which was actually a nicer room. And I'm like, okay, kind of happy now. This is nice. It's a better room. And I'm trying to go to sleep, and I'm again just getting to sleep. And at 5 a.m., 5:30, another manager, now the real manager, the one who had come in for the morning or whatever, is calling me, and he's like, I need that room. That room's booked. I have no rooms in this hotel. I'm so sorry. I'll give you 1,000,000 points. I was like, or maybe I said, I think I said something like, you know, I drove here. I already had this happen. I haven't slept. Then he said, I'll give you 1,000,000 points. And I don't know if he can look at my account and know that I travel a lot, and that maybe that would mean something to me. But I thought about it, and I was like, all right, that's really a lot. And it's kind of rainy here from looking at my phone. I didn't see any actual rain, but you know, my phone said it was rainy. and it's already a bad experience. I'll just drive home. Like, I could have gotten another hotel there, but I was just like, nah. You can hear this. I don't know if you can hear. There's some construction that you can hear right now. It's not terrible, but just saying. If you hear a noise, it's construction because they're doing some renovations here. But let me continue my story, and I'll get back to that. So I drive home. I'm very tired. I think it was a 4 Red Bull drive. Could have been 5 Red Bull drive. I was just so tired, but I was really happy to have the points. Then I look at my account and they're not there. But he had given me his personal card with his personal number on it. So I texted him and I was like, and he's like, I'm trying to get him, da da da. And so then he got, I think what he did is he got like, I don't know if it was like, he gave me a bunch of points and I saw those, and then he sent me 4 free night certificates. And so it equaled to 1,000,000 points. And the free night certificates you could use at any Hilton property. It was the kind, they have different ones. Some would say you could just use it at the property that you were staying at, which in case it would just be a Hilton, but this one was the kind, the code on it or whatever. It was, I forget, I should have looked at what it was and told you, but I guess if you're in a situation like this, which would probably, let's hope, be rare, and if you're in a situation like this, I guess you'll be discussing these details, right? So I have these certificates, 4 nights at any Hilton property. And so that means right away, if you get 4 certificates to any Hilton property, you're gonna pick probably something in the Conrad or Grand Wailea category, most likely. So that's what I was looking for. And they were for standard room nights. So you have to look on their calendar and make sure it's standard rooms. I had really just been to Wailea in March, but I think that because it was too cold to really get in the ocean in March, I know I sound like a baby, but as a Floridian, I like the ocean to be warm when I get in it. So I wanted to go back, and they were expiring, so I decided to basically come back to where I had just been in March, which is Wailea, which is currently speaking, I think it's my favorite place. I just love it here. I love Hawaii. I love all of the islands, but I love Wailea, especially in Maui, because it's very manicured and beautiful, and you just feel like nothing can go wrong. It feels like that. So anyway, I told Olivia at the front desk about this is how I got these certificates, and she was like, oh wow. And I wonder if she passed the story on. It is kind of a story, isn't it? But so I think if you travel, yeah, something bad will happen like that. Something crazy will happen eventually. But if you're lucky, then, you know, they'll try to make it right. And he did something extreme to make it right. And so for me, it was a good experience instead of a bad experience. Even though it was a bad experience at the time, it was a good experience because it enabled me to have good experiences that were better than that one would have even been. So, you know, I don't know how I would have felt if I was like meeting family there or something like that. I was by myself, so. And I also think that in some of these beach hotels, these smaller beach hotels, there are people that go there all the time, and I feel like there's some sort of maybe like tipping that goes on to these managers or other employees, because and not just, I'm not saying just those Hiltons, I'm saying like all these smaller hotels on the beaches, there's regulars that go there all the time, and you can just tell they're regulars and they know everyone. And I don't know, like, I'd love the inside scoop if anyone knows. Are there tips that are happening? Is that what it is? I'm wondering. What's the secret? So Anyway, I was booked here in a terrace view room, which was, it's just like the basic room on the ground floor. And I've usually been, well, not usually, I have diamond status and I've always been upgraded, but I reached out to somebody here via email, and I asked her, would I be, because I wanted to kind of just know what was happening. And she said that if you used certificates or you used free nights that you would not be upgraded, which I've never heard that before, and that's definitely not happening because I've many times used points here. I think it's the best use of points. And even if I'm like buying a couple nights and paying for a couple nights with points, that kind of thing, you know. So one here, one there, whatever. So I haven't found that to be true, but that's what she said. And then I was like, okay. Then I looked at my reservation the night before I flew out, and it was like upgraded to the Napua Tower, which is, I've never stayed in the Napua Tower because I've always been upgraded to just an ocean view room. And the Napua Tower is, it's kind of where they have like a lounge. It's kind of like, call it like a club lounge. So I was excited to see it, but I wasn't excited about a garden view room. And I don't really care that much about free snacks. Like, I would probably rather pay for my food than, I don't know. Like, I think a lot of people, especially if they have kids and stuff, because kids are certainly expensive, right? But for a lot of people, the free food would add a lot. And people who drink a lot, but I don't really drink. So, so for that reason, I just care about the view. So that's what I was looking for. But it was fine, but I was still glad to be in the Napua Tower. Then it gave me the option to upgrade to an Ocean View Suite for $118 a night. So I clicked yes, I'll take it. Definitely take it. And then I didn't see my reservation change. And then I got here, or I was driving here in the Uber, which it's from the airport to this hotel. It's about 30 minutes, it feels like. It could be a little longer. It's a nice drive. So I was texting Hilton through their app, and I was saying, so it started showing me back just in a garden view room that was not in this tower or anything, no, basically. So I was like, how could it have been upgraded to that and then downgraded? What's going on? So I asked, it said I was in this room yesterday, and it gave me the option to upgrade to this room, which I accepted. And now it's showing this room. So I was just texting, and then they were texting back saying, let me see what's happening. And then when I got here, I think the person at the desk, or people at the desk, already knew what was happening. And Olivia was the one that I spoke with, who's super nice again. She was like, well, we don't have any suites, but I did put you in the Napua Tower in an ocean view room. So I was really thrilled because the suite, I would like it to show you guys a suite, and I'm going to see if I can see a suite and show you guys a suite today, so you can see what it's like, and I can see what it's like too. But really, I just wanted the ocean view. But since I'm in this tower, I will show you what you can expect. And if you're like a person who likes to book the club level room, this is the tower for you. That's the feeling I get. They have all kinds of little stuff. Like, I was reading their sign, and it said that they had chair massages on Monday at 5. I was like, darn it, because I'm here on Tuesday, well, after 5 anyway. But I was like, that's amazing. Chair massages, I wish I had that every day. Now that's something I would totally want. A massage where you don't get really oily or anything, and you can just go about your day. Nice. So Anyway, that's my story about these certificates. And when I saw the room at night, I could tell that it was going to have a good view just because I've been here before, so I knew by seeing the lights that are on that mountain over there what I would be looking at and what angle it would be, and that it was going to be really great. It's a high floor. It's the 8th floor. And and they also said in the text that I might hear noise while I'm here because of the construction, and they're doing their spa right now. But so far I have not heard any noise. I'll let you know if that changes, but so far I haven't heard any noise. The only noise I've heard sounds like it's way on the other side of the property or something. So I don't know. Anyway, I'm kind of I'm glad that they are renovating it, even though I didn't really think the rooms were bad before. I didn't mind them. Like, they had a huge tub, but it was just white tile. I have tons of old videos. I think I need to show some of the old rooms versus new rooms, maybe. Or is anyone interested in that but me? Is anyone so interested in hotel decor but me? I don't know. But anyway, they were kind of like casual. There's a hotel that I met a girl on the plane, and she and I were fast friends. I mean, I'm telling you, she and I will definitely stay in touch. Fast friends. We talked the entire flight from Seattle to OGG the whole time. But because we had so much in common, and she's a traveler and she's a luxury traveler, so we were talking hotels in the way that only two luxury travelers can talk about hotels. Detail. And anyway, she was like talking about how she loved Kauai and she misses this hotel in Kauai. And I said, Grand Hyatt. And she's like, yes. And so anyone who's been to this Grand Hyatt falls in love with this hotel. It's amazing. And she had gone there when they had just made it a Grand Hyatt. And I've been there. I've been to that hotel, I would say about 6 times, but it could be 10. Because I've been there a lot. And I adore that hotel. And why do I adore that hotel? Because the grounds are gorgeous and the service is amazing, and they have like gift shops. You feel like you're in paradise, even though you can't even swim in the ocean there, which usually I like places where you can swim in the ocean, but you can walk up this side little pothole road and you can walk through these fields and get to this private beach where there's a bunch of locals that are there, and that beach you can certainly swim in, and it is stunning. Anyway, that hotel has sort of basic rooms she and I were talking about. It's like the furniture is islandy, it's sturdy, it's minimal, and somehow that hotel still feels really luxurious. I think they do have the Toto toilets though. I'm not sure. Japanese toilets. I have Japanese toilets at home, since you're wondering about my toilets, I know, but they do make a room so great. Anyway, it's interesting that she and I are both super into all of these lavish hotels with, you know, molding and detail and art, but they both love this Grand Hyatt in Kauai, which is the Garden Isle, which is where they filmed Jurassic Park, but not on that side of the island. But anyway, this Grand Wailea, there are rooms, before they redid them, were sort of in that vein of simple island, understated, and so I didn't mind them. They were getting a little older, but that's how they were. And now I feel like that theme of quiet luxury has taken over literally everything, because at least in this Napua tower, it even said on the little printout that they gave you that we've given this tower a quietly luxurious experience. And I was like, oh yeah, here we go. And so, you know, it's like beautiful marble. It's a lot of brown and beige, which I'm glad the brown and beige is back. I really am. I was real tired of gray. Real tired of gray. Gray gets old fast. But it's very nice, and I'm glad they're doing it, but it's not like, wow, thank God they did this. It's kind of like, good, it's good, it's good. The grounds look as beautiful as ever, and I will show you a lot more now. I'm kind of like going over 20 minutes here, and I'm just really meant to tell you about that I'm happy with the room. The room is really nice. The view is really great. I'm gonna show you some more rooms hopefully today that are suites, and also I wanted to tell you that story about my free night certificates and how they came about, and how sometimes a really terrible experience in a hotel can turn into a good one, because you can exchange that experience for a way better experience and be happy in the end. And if you have the Hilton credit card anyway, you're gonna get a free night every year on there. So, and I believe it's, at least on my credit card, I believe it's at any Hilton, I think. I need to look that up. See? Let me not tell you till I look it up. But anyway, have a wonderful day, and thank you for watching. Mahalo, and stay tuned.